So, Jack, you've been with us 6 months now. Would you like to tell us about the first 6 months and how you got on and a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. So it's been a crash course in, I'd say, business in general. It's coming from that marketing background. You see a very small element of what contributes to overall business environment, and seeing it in a small business environment where you're seeing every single stage of how things work with the marketing, with the sales and servicing, with the client communication. It's been a real crash course, as I said, but a great learning experience. I've really enjoyed it. I'm really committed to it, and I'm just happy to be given the opportunity to be involved in something like this.
Oh, excellent. Well, that sounds positive to start off with. What's been your biggest surprise since joining the business?
I would say probably how much a small team can accomplish. So we are a team of 6, and actually seeing the depth of what we can cover in our small unit. We all band together, seeing the versatility of some of the team, because obviously not everyone's going to be able to turn up every day. There are absences, unexpected things happen, and seeing the team band together, support one another, and be able to work across, crucially, different parts of the business. Seeing some of the guys in the office being able to perform some of the roles downstairs, it's really, really impressive. And that is something that you don't see in corporate. And seeing that here is caught me off guard, but it's also been really positive to see.
Excellent. Oh, that's very interesting. What have you enjoyed most about working in the radio communications and CCTV industry?
I think it's quite an easy one to answer because we've spoken about it quite a lot.
It's a bit different from cars and...
Well, fundamentally so different to what I was doing before. It's just how things change so much between days. You could spend a day in the office on a Monday, Tuesday you're down on site seeing blue chip, or doing site surveys for a golf club, or resolving issues for schools, or seeing all these different industries, all these different, effectively, other businesses functioning. Really keeps things nice and fresh and keeps you motivated and turning up.
That's good. Well, glad you're turning up. That's a positive.
Now you know when I feel like
it. What have you learnt about our customers and the challenges they face, especially now?
So my answer to that one is probably a lot of the customers that we have, or a lot of our clients, they face the same problems. So whether it's coverage issues, whether it's quite a lot of the time, especially with the current day and age, it's budget. They're really struggling for budget. What is the right solution that is going to give them that professional communication system, but quite a cost efficient in a cost efficient way. So seeing that, I think that's been a big learning experience for me. But also seeing some of the more niche industries or some of the more niche applications of radios, such as in an ATEX environment, and trying to solve those quite unique challenges that we see come up, not as frequently as all the other bugbears that everyone has, but every now and then you just get one that it's just catches you a little bit off guard, and it requires a bit of a different way of thinking, sort of outside of the box thinking and research and investigation to try and solve their problems. So.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, no, I can see that. So which part of the business has given you the greatest appreciation for what goes on behind the scenes? Is it like the service department, the hire fleet, installation teams, or basically the general administration, sales support, etc.?
I don't think one individual part of the business has struck me as being more impressive than the others. I think it's how the whole unit works together. It's how us upstairs in the office communicate with the guys downstairs to make sure that orders are going out correctly, and how quickly we respond to things. And that's ultimately, it comes from how the whole unit works together. And so nothing stands out to me individually as being more impressive than anything else, or kind of more interesting, or stuck out to me more. It's just seeing how the whole unit works together and how they coordinate with one another. And that is not something that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
and has been refreshing also to see. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's so a bit of everything. People mucking in and working as a unit.
Yeah, exactly.
Has anything changed your perception of the company since you joined?
Definitely. There's been quite a lot actually that's changed it. I think being in this environment, working closely with you, working closely with everyone that's involved in this team, it really makes you realise how much of a responsibility running a business is. You are responsible for putting food on our employees' tables and putting a roof above their head, and seeing that in person and understanding every element that goes into that. It shows you how much of a responsibility it is, how challenging it is, but also how rewarding it can be as well. And I think seeing that makes you realise what businesses are, truly what businesses are. Small businesses especially, and how much they actually contribute to this country, to our environment. It's really been eye-opening.
That's interesting on a broad sort of scheme. So if we move more on to now the actual area of our business, what industries have impressed you the most with how they use radio communications?
I think seeing some of the really large companies and how that they implement these really complex systems, whether it's radio over IP across multiple different sites, trunking systems, and the management of spectrum, all of these things, it gets very, very complicated. As a basis, like radio is fairly straightforward. There's transmit and receive, but when it goes on to really, really large scale, it gets extremely complicated. So that's been quite impressive and quite interesting to see.
Okay, so moving from the industries then, and working with the team, going back to the team, what have you learned from spending time with, say, our technicians and service teams?
I think you learn to respect what goes into the technology. I did say that obviously on a low scale, or not low scale, but on the basic foundations of it are not that complicated. But when it comes into quite complicated systems where you're installing repeaters or you're running reflection tests, you do really see that you probably should have paid more attention in GCSE physics. But working with, you do appreciate what the engineers are capable of and their knowledge base and what it requires to actually install a system, whether that's an element of kind of physical strength, getting up ladders and mobility, but also tying that in with that technical know-how, that technical knowledge, how to make that system look clean, presentable, and so it will withstand the test of time.
Yeah, no, so it's so important, presentation. Okay, so looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of the business?
I would say just over time becoming more and more ingratiated in it, and working more closely with our clients, and being able to, like I mentioned, touch on different areas of the business where I see fit, and helping to grow and expand. And I think a lot of the technology, whilst it might not seem like it's developed too much, it's all going towards IP, it's all going towards these sort of more technical sides.
Less RF and more sort of IP. And
yes, exactly. And linking RF with IP and how all of the systems communicate with one another. Really interested to get stuck into that. And
bringing in the AI to it.
And seeing where AI has a place. It's a buzzword. We all know about it. We've all sick to death of hearing about it, but it will ultimately have some play.
Apparently you're very old-fashioned if you call it AI. It's supposed to be called something else. I don't know why.
Or AGI. Some crap.
Anyway, well, I am old-fashioned, so I can get away with it. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Where do you see the technology changing in that kind of is covered with some of the points you've made, but in the next 5 to 10 years, what would you say? What's the sort of we've talked to various companies, Motorola and the likes of, haven't we? And they've given us a perception for the future.
Absolutely. I think a lot of it is going to be tying together security and communication systems. Yeah. So having gone to the MSI Centre in Victoria and seeing some of that stuff there, you really realise how a seamless coordination between your radios and your CCTV, for example, will help in response to security breaches, potential threats, or just general things that shouldn't be happening. It is a bit Big Brother to an extent. Seeing it, it's some that's a little bit scary. It's a bit Orwellian, but equally, if that makes people safer, and it makes people feel like they're more secure, they can do their job better, and protect businesses like our own and like so many others, then I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So going back to the company, what values do you want to carry forward from the way the company has been built? Core values, I guess.
I think the key thing, and something that you've said so many times to me, is we do what we say we will do when we say we will do it. And that's something that I stand by and will always have as the core value that we are, and also some of the other military ethos type things that you've shared with us, always being on time, always being presentable, always doing your best to serve a client and solve their problems, because that's why we exist. We've existed for 26 years because we've been looking for the problems to solve, taking that off their hands and solving that for the clients and keeping them happy. And yes, that's another thing, always keeping the client happy.
Oh, that's very good. What do you think makes a family business different from a larger sort of corporate organisation?
This is an easy one, because you actually get personality in a family business. You get figures or figureheads for the business that you can recognise, like you, for example. Hopefully going forwards, like me, people know that I'll be the one representing the business. If they need to escalate anything, they know that I'll be there to be at their beck and call and try and manage the situation in the best way that I can. It's all about the personalities involved. It's all about knowing that when you ring through to us, you'll get through to one of our team, and
not just a machine.
Not just a machine saying...
Speak to a human straight away.
Speak to a human straight away. And that's also another thing from a small business. But we obviously really massively value our family element. And so we're going to make sure that is passed on to our clients, make sure it's passed on to our employees, and do our best in that endeavour.
And look after your suppliers?
Definitely look after the suppliers. Having a great relationship with our suppliers. We pride ourselves on our supplier relationships, and it's what helps us all thrive and survive. So definitely maintaining those excellent relationships.
So you eventually end up leading the company. What would success look like to you?
I think growing and upscaling, but whilst maintaining what we've just discussed there, which is those family values, and never letting that go, and always trying to serve our customers. And one thing that I want to bring into this, and I know that you share this opinion a lot, is how much we value consumers and ultimately our clients, but consumers in general. And we want to give them everything they need to have to effectively, I'm not a big fan of this word, but be empowered to, whether it's looking after their own kit, having all the information that they need to make the right decision, and never mis-selling something, and having, we're not bandits, we're not cowboys, we're honest, hard-working people.
Good Christian values.
And we want that to bleed into all the business that we do, and we think it does. So maintaining that.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. No, well, I think that's been really interesting for me. So
it was a good experience, good to reflect on, and look back what you've done, what we've achieved, and where we've come, and what's next for us.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Okay. Take care, guys. Please. I know you like to do this bit, so
I'll just do the like.
Like down here, subscribe up here, all of our other videos and stuff here.
Have a look at them. Put some comments on there. Any other content you want? Anything we're missing? We're here to learn.
Exactly. We're here to learn.
Every day's a school day.
Hopefully we can help you learn as well. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.